And your podcast is so stupid. I hate it.
At night,
I hate it.
Sunil Patel,
I hate you.
Huge Davies.
And I hate you.
You are now entering Slam Country.
Allergies, hay fever, that kind of vibe.
Really? Do you think so?
I just got some incredible new medicine for it.
Really?
It's called Alevia.
Alevia.
Took one this morning, completely knocked my hay fever out.
Yeah.
And now I'm coughing like I got something in my throat.
Yeah, it's definitely worked, man. I can hear it.
Brilliant way to start recording.
I can hear the way that it's all knocked all the hay fever out of you, the way that you're
Brilliant.
coughing up
Yeah,
your
brilliant
guts.
way to start the
I think that's allergies to something else.
brilliant way to start the first episode in a new location.
Oh, man, it's like you know when people
Jesus
get allergic
Christ.
responses to peanuts.
Mhm.
I think it's that.
You think you're having an allergy? Like your
My
eyes are
throat's-
watering so much.
My throat swelled out.
There's
man.
a very common thing in the summer. What happens is when sort of the pollen is up in the air,
Christ.
people get an allergic reaction to that. It's called hay fever.
No.
And what's
I
happened
don't
is your medicine hasn't worked at
Do you have
all.
an EpiPen?
Can you get me one?
Yeah. This
We
is,
try and make one. You can fashion them, I think.
Shall we? Do you
Should
want-
go on
should we get-
YouTube and see?
Should we get some of my inhaler juice and mix it up in like a bottle of Lucozade Sport and give it to
Yeah.
them?
Isn't
See
it
what
pure
happens.
adrenaline?
We could
though?
put that out in the sun and see what that's to it. Boil it up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Pump some pure adrenaline. into
Thanks
my
for
heart.
coming, listening to us on the hottest day of the year.
Hottest day of the year.
My goodness.
Sunil's poorly. We're in a new studio. It's all happening.
The boys are
24.
wearing all trousers. It's insane.
No, these
Corduroy
are
on-
summer cords.
These are mine are not summer cords. They've got like jogging bottom material
Ah,
inside.
man, I heard the squeak as you just pulled them down earlier. That's
Yeah.
heavy cord.
Sorry,
that.
I'm sorry.
You're almost
No, I wanna
horizontal. My goodness, you're melting.
I'm melting, bro.
Oh my
I'm
God.
melting.
Yeah.
The sound is good in this
And you'll
studio.
come-
It's
and
Yeah,
you'll-
you
nice.
let us know how the sound is in our brand new
Bro.
studio, everybody. Let's see how long it takes to dox ourselves this time.
Yes.
Well-
I just ran into, I think, one of you just on the road. I asked for directions to where we were going.
Yeah.
I said where specifically was the number.
Ah,
And then, yes, I think it's already been doxed.
So they got us.
Please
Leave us.
don't dox us again.
Don't do that again. We I've had two separate people say to me, last episode, awful.
they said it was awful.
Last episode, brilliant. Well done, boys. But they like two people said it was awful. I loved it.
Oh, right.
Oh,
So it was
right.
awful.
So
I
it
loved
was
it.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That's
We've
a
been doing-
dangerous position for us to be.
We've been doing a really good job of cultivating, I think.
Do you mean the pizza one?
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
No, wait. So the pizza one wasn't
Possibly
good.
the sandwich one. I can't remember.
The sandwich one was my favourite episode I've
It
ever done
might,
of
might
this
be the
podcast.
it might be the sandwich one. I can't remember which
It was a
one.
crazy episode,
Yeah, I
different
block all the
sandwiches.
Zoom
Do
recordings.
you know
out of my mind.
in Hollywood when they do the Oscars and then they sort of, I don't know if they do this anymore because I've not seen it in a while, but when they like have a film nominated, they have like a little 5-second clip from the scene,
Yeah,
and
they
then
do
it's
that,
like
yeah.
they do that. Like for podcast awards, what on earth would, if we were up for some sort of award, what on earth would the 5-second clip be that they have to put before we? do you know what I mean? Is it is it
I'll
just
tell you
the
what,
just
lad.
going? This pizza has got tomato and mozzarella.
we don't have to worry about that because we'll never find out.
No, let me,
we'll never be in the position
Yeah.
where we'll
Guys.
never find ourselves.
guys,
in that
let me
position.
tell you a little bit about the podcasting business
Uh-huh.
and the awards business.
Yeah.
Every single podcasting award is paid for by the people that are entering it. So you
Interesting.
pay a fee to enter it.
Oh, why aren't
Yeah.
we doing that?
Well, it's like it's wasted money, isn't it?
That's not
250 quid.
Short podcast awards don't do that.
No, that's a good
It's
point.
fair and square.
Actually, that was libelous, what I just said.
I told when I got nominated for the Edinburgh Award,
Which you have to pay for.
which you had to pay for. Well, I told someone came up to me that night, and I was feeling a bit of an impish mood. But someone came up to me. I think it was just a complete rando, and they said, "Oh, congratulations on the nomination." And I said, "Don't congratulate me. These things are sorted out months before the Fringe begin."
Awesome.
He said, "What?" I go, "Yeah, it's like all to do with PR and." There are no actual awards, and I knew months ago, but it's like a
Yeah.
relief that it's finally over. It's finally been announced.
Impish is such a great word to describe. It's a great word in general, but it's a great
Yeah.
word to describe you. That's great.
An impish, yeah, sort of a bit like Nemesis of Noddy. Do you know what I mean? So I live in a cave.
Faye.
Yeah,
Hey, speaking of Hollywood, guess what happened to me yesterday?
it was something to do with Hollywood.
First, made me feel very Hollywood. First time it's ever happened to me. I was standing outside a pub in East London. I was standing outside. Sorry, silent.
He was
everybody,
doing
that's
this in
again.
my living room the other day after you left. Just sitting there with his tones on.
Sunil really. I was playing with my
He's
phone.
playing TikTok videos.
I was
He was just-
on my phone, and Sunil just went, "Ed, can you put that on silent, please?"
I couldn't believe that. He was being so teenage. He was like popping like chewing gum. He's like fucking
Sunil just
TikTok
went,
videos.
Ed,
Like TJ
Ed,
from
Edward.
like,
He
just went,
like
Ed,
TJ
Ed.
from Recess.
He went, Ed, Ed, can you please put that on silent?
I'm doing a bit of work, please, Ed. I'm trying to type up these notes.
So basically, I was
Yeah.
standing outside a pub with Ray Badran. Shout out Ray
Shout out,
Badran.
Raymond.
Shout out
Getting
to
ready
Batman.
for Night with the
Friend
Stars.
of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast, friend of us, and someone came up to me in the street. So like we were outside, and someone just walked up to me holding their phone out, and they were listening to Slime Country as they walked by me in the
Oh my
street,
god.
which is crazy, and that's never happened to me. So shout out Niru,
Shout out, Nero.
Yeah.
shout out Niru for listening to Slime Country. And
I
coming
can
up to
imagine
say
that happening
hello.
to me pretty soon. But instead of holding up a phone that's got the podcast on it, it's just a phone with a dog with a really big dick on it.
I felt really bad. I felt really. It's like with your
reminds me
home
of you,
address
man.
and a
Yeah,
picture of a
yeah,
gun.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I felt really. It was really weird because I was with Ray, and I was like, "Oh, do you mind if I take a picture of you holding up the phone to send to Sunil and Hughes? Because this is awesome. This never happened before." He was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Ray, get in the picture. This is Ray from Slime Country." But then I realised that we made all those old episodes private, so he probably has
Oh,
no
fuck
fucking idea
yeah.
who Ray is.
Yeah. He's probably listening to right now going, which one of them is
Which one's Ray?
Yeah.
which one of them is like
So I made him take
hiding
a
that
photo
incredibly
with a
nasal
stranger.
Australian tone.
Oh,
Sadly,
mate.
we don't have enough microphones for Ray.
Who can
if
do
he
the
did
best
come on
Ray
there.
Badran impression here?
We need to.
I'm-
Oh mate, I'm sleepy, mate.
Or,
Let's all do an impression of a voice note from Ray Badran. I'll go first. All right, Ed, it's your friend Ray Badran here. Just asking how you are and if you want to come play table tennis. How about that?
All right, I'll do it. Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my turn. All right. Hi there, Ray here. I've just realised I've got a jacket.
You're third,
That sounds
third
like
place.
you,
You're in
though.
third place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like
sorry, man.
yourself.
That was bad. I love Ray so much. I've only ever he sleeps at 4:00 in the afternoon, and he only ever messages me at 3 a.m. It's like he's jet lagged from Australia after 10 years.
Yeah.
We need to get him back on the show, man. He's so funny. We should get
Sure.
him back on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that was shout out Nero for coming up and saying hi. That was really cool.
Shout out, man.
We thank all of you for coming up to us. I'd say as the months drag on, the people that come up to us look healthier and healthier, and I can only attribute to the mental health benefits
Of the
of the
podcast.
podcast. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we're probably making really good lives for people out
Do you
here.
think sometimes it's a bit like when you need a bit of a lift, you kind of need to see
Yeah.
someone really squander to make yourself feel good? Do you know what I mean? Like it's like if Instagram is that thing where you go on and you get bad mental health because you can see everyone thriving.
It is,
Do you
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to this podcast to go, well,
We're like Uber for the soul when you need
It's
a
like when
lift.
people are
Yeah,
watching
bloody
those
hell.
videos of homeless men fighting just to make themselves feel better.
Russian
Yeah.
boys slapping each other into comas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen the new Russian fighting stuff? Cage on the back of a lorry.
Excuse me.
What?
Moving lorry, they're just fighting in a
That's
cage on the back of
brilliant.
that.
How is that being
Like at the end of Alan
Received.
Partridge, the film. The film where him and
yeah, I know what you
him
mean.
and Colomini are in the back of the
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
the
yeah.
recording van.
How is that being broadcast? Is that
I
someone on
think
another
it was like on a phone.
on a so someone
I don't know
someone
if
on
it's
a
broadcast.
someone on another car is chasing the truck and that's being filmed?
It's purely broadcast on dash cam.
Someone saw someone saw one of those recycling vans that's just a massive cage on
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the van
Yeah.
and had an idea of a lifetime. That's amazing.
That's the way they should give like prisoners with lifetime sentences. That's how they
Fight their way
sling them
out.
out.
Fight their
Sling them
way
out.
out,
No,
yeah.
because they need their fresh air, don't they?
Mm.
There's no use them walking around the prison yard because they'll knife each other, shank each other. Put them each individually.
Locked them in a cage.
Yeah, like in a cage and
Individually, right? Fine.
no,
Yeah.
individually. Yeah.
Right, and where are we getting this fleet of recycling vans for the prison system?
I don't know, the recycling guys.
Well, then just drive around.
Just drive
Just
around.
drive around,
Their
yeah.
hard time is being locked in the cage in a cage on the back of a van. They get driven around.
They get the fresh air they desire,
But-
and everyone gets the-
Desire.
But why not just leave them in a cage, a static cage?
Yeah,
because then they won't be able to see Kennington.
right.
It's got a point.
That's a good point.
He's got a point.
That's a good way to test if you're ready. If you're a serial killer and you're ready to be let out now.
Send someone
So-
into
so they-
Kennington behind a
no,
cage.
They drive you around in a cage in through the city, and if you just have a nice time, then you get to go. But if you see someone looking vulnerable and you jump at the side of the cage and do knifing motions with your hand, they go,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're not ready to be let out yet."
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
good. I think I might look into some of the manifestos for some of the election
Oh,
parties and see
mate.
if that's maybe
Well,
covered inside it.
Speaking of people that need to be locked up, What about those
Sonic
guys
the
that
Hedgehog.
threw the thingy on Stonehenge?
What do they do to Stonehenge?
Just Stop Oil.
Our friends
threw
at Just Stop Oil.
Orange cornstarch on Stonehenge.
I always think those rocks needed a bit of brightening up, to be honest.
That's nice.
Keir Starmer said that they were pathetic.
Really?
And they needed to be locked up.
It's actually quite a trip to go to Stonehenge, so I actually think it's the opposite of pathetic. I think it's a bit of a trip.
I think it shows.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it shows. Yeah, like power and determination.
I don't
They
think
would
Keir,
have spent,
Keir
what-
Starmer wouldn't have the guts to go to Stonehenge and paint it orange. He wouldn't have the guts to do
He
it.
wouldn't have
And
the
they
guts
paid
to
like
do it.
16 quid each to get in there, didn't they?
Yeah, it got
That's
the
brilliant.
gift shop
Got through the fucking security with a
Yeah.
bag of orange paint.
is the highest security.
We've probably met those people.
It goes Pentagon,
Probably.
Stonehenge.
we met Just Stop Oil.
We
didn't
probably met them
Remember?
at Brian Eno's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Did
when
we talk about that on the show?
I think we did it on a Patreon.
Do you
It's
remember
probably on. Yeah, it's on the Patreon. Me and Sunil anyway. We went to an Extinction Rebellion meeting at Brian Eno's house. Go to the Patreon to find out about that.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in there. The patrons will
Sorry.
be able to tell you which episode it's.
Sorry, you were talking about the Pentagon?
I said the security goes Pentagon, then Stonehenge, then
Yeah.
Slime Studios.
Yeah,
number
yeah,
three.
Yeah.
So
Isn't it curious that none of the planes aiming for all three hit on 9/11?
Yeah, it's true. I think-
People often know about the one
It
that
was
missed
me,
the Pentagon.
you-
They don't know about the one that missed the three of us in Stonehenge.
It was our parents that were in those planes.
Yeah. My dad is Muhammad Atta. Not a lot of people know this.
So when we were,
R.I.P. Dad.
he's never gone.
You made me want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Just like you.
So when we were filming The Artists, there was like a particular there was a
Yeah.
particular scene.
Yeah.
Get on to
Okay,
that.
Yeah,
You're
okay,
right.
man.
You got to
Yeah.
calm down for this next anecdote.
All right.
Okay.
It's the 9/11 stuff always gets him, though. Sorry, go on.
When we were filming
Yeah.
The Artists, so there's a scene in which you can see this in the episode, but there's a scene in which
You can see the two towers in the background,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
sure,
Spider-Man
cool,
before
okay.
the
See what
edit.
he's
Yeah.
doing now?
you had to reshoot the
You
whole
had to
thing.
reshoot, you had to
yeah,
cut
it
them out
cost
in
$60
post.
million. Yeah. So in the you'll see Sinead's character is like a one woman. Like she's doing a one-woman show, and that show is Pearl Harbor. And we'd always planned to do this, but like the way we were filming, we didn't realise. We only had to pick that location out when we got there, and it was basically like it was a war memorial, is what it was. And basically, on any other kind of location, someone doing a one-woman show about Pearl Harbor looks like just a bit of fun. If you're doing it on a war memorial, it kind of looks like a statement. Anyway, so there was a problem with that. But when we got there, we were already worrying about that. Plus, it was like Bastille Day, so there was loads of troops just just like fucking marching around it.
Yeah.
And there was also
Bastille Day.
Bastille Day.
Yeah.
What? Do you have heat stroke? What were the
Bastille
gendarmes
Day in
marching
Shore-on-Sea.
around?
There was
It's Shoreham on Sea,
I
yeah.
think it was Bastille Day. But anyway, there was like
No, but
It wasn't-
it
it was
wasn't
V-
fucking
it was
Bastille Day.
VE, wasn't it?
VE Day, yeah. Bastille
No,
Day
because
is.
it was October, November, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It
So
was-
maybe
it was-
maybe there were
That's the thing,
Napoleonic
so we-
French reenactors.
we
in
would
there.
have figured out. We couldn't figure out why they were doing it, but it was
Yeah.
definitely like a
right.
military day.
Well, it was the
and we were
cast
like-
of your show rising up because they weren't getting paid enough wages.
Yeah.
Just like the French Revolution, right?
Anyway, we were there, and then also on that day, it was very stressful. There was also Extinction Rebellion turned up,
Oh,
and we're just like
yeah.
sitting outside,
Oh, yeah.
just they're filming that, and they had a trumpet,
Brilliant.
and they were like, okay, and I went over with the producer, and I said, hey guys, so we're just filming like a TV show here. There is literally no other day we can do this. We only have the budget to do it today. We just really appreciate it. Maybe if you maybe just don't do it for like an hour.
Yeah.
And they sort of, it's quite funny because they were sort of calmly explaining to us, they were like,
That's
but the whole point
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
we're disrupting
That's the
all
point.
of your lives in the most inappropriate way possible. So actually, this is actually really great for us. And I was like,
perfect,
but they were so
perfect.
polite about it. And I was like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
but I know
yeah.
if we have been, this is 4 years in the making.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing about a protest, though, isn't it? It's great
Yeah,
until it
but
disrupts
it's-
your
I-
life.
But I was sort of like, I really understand what you're doing here. I get it. Can you just maybe just go for a cafe for an hour and just start? They were like, absolutely not. We were playing that trumpet even louder now. And I was like, I hate
Do you know what? Fair play to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't
You couldn't fault it, yeah.
I couldn't be more angry with someone I disagreed with.
That you agreed with.
Yeah, I agreed with. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
awful. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But it's so funny the way they were just very reasonably telling
Yeah, they
me
were like,
that my
obviously
life.
we have to stop you doing what
That's
you want.
that's
don't
the
we?
point. That's
Yeah,
the but
it's
that's
obviously
the whole point of them playing the
Yeah,
trumpet,
yeah,
really.
exactly,
Yeah.
Guy
Yeah.
couldn't even.
Not
Guy,
even a tune, was
It
it?
was like at the point. It was like I
Just
was-
one note.
They were like, he can't even play the trumpet. And they were like, yeah, that is the point. You get more attention if you can't play the trumpet.
It was so. It's so
If you played
fun.
it really well, it would.
I'm continually sort of impressed by Just Stop Oil's actions, especially now considering how that guy that you and me met and heard talk from,
Yeah.
who's like a speaker who sort of bounces between Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil, is such a deluded freak with no like macrocosmic ideas. So it continues to astound me even more how good Just Stop Oil have been on the ground with their actions.
Yeah, it is. I think I agree. Yeah, it's amazing. It's actually got stuff done.
Yeah.
It is
Oh
well
man,
done.
I saw an amazing tweet about the Stonehenge thing. Can we talk about it?
You can.
Do you want to say something first?
I just want to say quickly, even though the Just Stop All guys are great and stuff, and they're in the middle of the roads, I'm just thinking, if you so wanted to, what is the best invention you would put on your vehicle to get rid of them? Because I've been thinking about maybe like a net on the front,
To
or
catch
like
them.
or like a sort of like a kind of scooper, like Bob the
Just attach it to your fucking recycling van
to
cage.
scoop up Just Stop Oil.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there was is there a way, because you can't drive over them obviously, and
Yeah.
you don't want to, but is there a
No.
way in which you could humanely drive past them? I'm just thinking, is there like some sort of idea?
No,
here?
again, I think you're missing the point. Is that you're not supposed to drive.
No,
past them.
I'm saying no, I'm not. I'm saying the point is
You don't
to
even
not
have a
drive
car
past
anymore.
them. No, I am getting a car.
Right.
I'm getting a new Honda Jazz again.
Yes.
Really, yeah. But I'm just saying.
Funny.
For a bit of fun, what would you? How
How
would
do you
you?
what?
How would you modify your car
To get them off the road?
To get them off the road. Yeah. What's the best way?
I'd get one of the I'd turn my car into a Mad Max.
Well,
machine.
so you would just plough through them.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I said, what's a fun way to get rid of them? You'd say I would just
Run them
You would
over.
just murder them. You would murder them to death in a car.
No, I wouldn't. I can't drive.
No, but
You would murder them,
can
man.
I'd be
think
there
though.
with them. I'd be there sitting with them,
Dying.
Oh, you should-
dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna die. Count me in.
I'd maybe have like a. Let me just think about this. I don't know if there's a solution to this.
Well, it's just like a digger sort of thing.
Maybe a digger thing, but the digger on the inside of the digger is like polystyrene, very nice, in
Soft,
there.
yeah, like,
and then
yeah,
maybe it chucks them over, and then in the cage with a prisoner.
There we go.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'd do. Probably Matilda from Robot Wars.
Which one was Matilda again?
Oh no, not Matilda. What's the one?
the really low down one.
the flip one.
Yeah,
The flip
yeah.
one from Robot Wars.
But
You
then-
drive that into them and
Yeah.
flips them over
Flip
the
them
back
up,
of your
yeah,
car.
sure. And then where are they going though? They're going into a nice area.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
what
no,
would
it's not
actually?
really.
That's a really good point. What do you think would happen if Just Stop Oil sat in front of Sergeant Bash or Matilda or the flipping one from Robot Wars?
What's the other? What can you name all the
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
robots?
fine.
from
Yeah,
robots?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
Matilda.
Matilda, Sergeant Bash,
There's what's
Sir Crush-
Sir Crush-a-Lot.
Dreadnought?
Dreadnought.
Dreadnought.
Was it
Dreadnought
Sir
feels familiar.
Crush-a-Lot? Sounds.
Sir Crush-a-Lot.
That sounds
It was.
too
Was
fun.
it Sir Crush-a-Lot? It was something like Sir Crush-a-Lot, wasn't it?
He went on Pit My Ryan as a natural. He got a big stereo system
Who
on
was
the back
it?
of him.
Sergeant Bash, Matilda.
Yeah.
Let's write down all the ones we can name, and then we'll see how many we got.
Optimus Prime.
No, wrong. It's Honda Jazz.
Honda Jazz.
I remember Matilda. I remember what's the one with the disc, the spinning disc.
Ooh, DJ Kill, I imagine. That's a good name for it, actually.
Sir Kill-a-Lot.
Sir Kill-a-Lot.
Not Sir Crush-a-Lot.
Mr. Psycho.
No, don't name them. You're not allowed to Google them.
What are you doing on your phone then?
I'm writing down the ones that
Oh,
we've
right,
remembered
okay.
to see how many we
right.
get.
So let's just
It's
Google
all right,
it.
so we're getting rid of Psycho. We can't have Psycho.
Do you think I can have these sweets?
No, because there'll be caramels and it'll be Nightmare Audio.
They're house sweets, not for you.
But okay.
All right, let's just Google them. Robot. What's the spinning disc one?
I can't remember a spinning
Oh,
disc one.
and this one I
In
didn't.
terms of the house robot, I remember there were spinning disc ones, but I always thought they were competitors and not house robots.
When you say spinning disc, do you mean that saw?
Yeah. You know it. There was the disc.
Shove.
House Robot.
Shove is good. Shove is good.
Those guys are effective.
I think they should have really opened up the weaponry because there's only like 5 types of robots you can have.
Mr.
There's
Psycho.
like
flip over.
there's flip overs, there's pinchers, there's spinners,
Shunt.
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 There's flamethrower ones. There's really only very
the
few
flamethrower is
types.
very ineffective. What is
Very
that gonna do?
ineffective.
Growler. Cassius Chrome.
But I made my robot out of a tree.
You
so-
made a robot.
Yeah, for Robot Wars. Out
List
a
of
tree.
robots by
Were
Combat.
you on Robot Wars?
Yeah.
Razor.
Oh right. that
Razor.
was-
Tornado.
Okay.
Hypnodisc was what I was thinking of.
Hypnodisc.
Hypnodisc. Panic Attack. Remember Panic Attack?
I remember Panic Attack. I remember Night.
Panic Attack is a brilliant name for a robot,
Yeah,
by the way.
I remember.
Panic Attack is such a funny name
Yeah,
for a robot.
My robot's called PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, my robot's called
Oh,
Chronic Insomnia. is the name
Wild
of my
Thing,
robot.
Wild Thing, and X-Terminator. Do you remember them? X-Terminator's cool. Yeah, they had some. Robot Wars was so fucking sick, man.
It was so good. It was just, I couldn't believe that's how much money this country used to have.
I couldn't believe
That you could maybe get like maybe what is it, the 30th most popular show on television, and make it a full arena sized venue in which
Yeah,
dads and sons could bond.
That's what you do when there's only
his
5
name?
channels,
What's the
isn't it?
name of the guy that hosted it?
Craig Charles.
Craig Charles. A lot of it was Craig Charles's sheer passion and energy
Yeah.
for the project. He was like the perfect MC because he made me as a child believe in the importance of Robot Wars.
And this is all pre-crack, isn't it, for him?
Pre-crack, I think so.
And then he got on the crack when he was on
And that was, but
Coronation
he's just
Street.
on,
Did
it's just
he?
on Radio 2 now. He's
Yeah, he
having
got
a great time on radio.
yeah.
I always listen
He is. He's
to,
doing great now.
That's the thing I'm looking forward to most to get in this car is Craig
Listening to
Charles on
Radio
Radio
2.
2, midnight to about, 6 a.m.?
Yeah, something
Was it
like
old soul stuff, yeah?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just he doesn't really, he sort of bumbles. It's a bit like this podcast, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just
With
just
music.
him. He'll put on, he'll just start to say random words into the microphone. He'll just say big up or
That's what
something.
you want.
You know,
Shout
he'll
out.
just
Nice.
shout out.
Shout out Craig Charles, man.
Shout out
Shout
Craig.
out Winchester Cathedral. Shout out.
Shout out Winchester.
I'll be there in a couple of weeks,
shout out
Winchester
Starbucks
Cathedral.
Latte.
Why?
Dox myself. Visiting some friends.
Nice.
Lovely place.
Well, how old's the cathedral? You know, I love my.
I reckon that's got to be. I'm thinking like 10 or 1100s.
Wow.
I'm thinking.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
No,
That'd be
before that, because that
genius.
was the capital of the country, wasn't it, for a bit?
Well, Winchester.
was it not?
No, you're thinking of
Wells.
Camulodunum.
Then to think,
Where's that?
Colchester, isn't it?
Oh,
It was the Roman
okay.
capital, right? It was Colchester, then London.
Yeah. Have you seen that new game, Kingmaker? Did we talk about it last episode?
Yeah.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah. No, wait. Is that the one, the really realistic one?
It's like, what would you do in medieval times if you had a load of guns and tanks?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, we did
yeah,
talk
for
about
sure.
that.
Yeah, we
I
did
just
talk
watched
about
the
that.
full review of it last night.
Oh,
it
how
good?
is, what's the review
It's
saying?
good. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you get a wife on it?
Like in Skyrim, can you mod it so you can have
Yeah,
a wife,
yeah.
a sexy wife?
Yeah, can you get wife on that game?
Can you get
man?
wife with? Wait, Sunil, can you get wife with clothes off on it?
There's nothing,
Full wife with clothes on.
There's
can't
nothing
it?
I like more than showering a large army of medieval knights than to go home to my wife, give her a big kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm
not
saying?
in the game, though.
Yeah,
What's
I.
the
mo-
point then?
there'll be mods.
Who's just all? Who can I? What's the point in murdering
you
a
can-
horse with a machine gun if I can't share it with anyone?
You're right, yeah. There'll be mods, though.
For a wife,
Yeah, someone will do a mod wife.
Mod
Yeah.
wife. I'd love
Yeah.
that. Mod wife. She's got
Wife
like a
mod now
she's
available.
got Wife.
Yeah.
I'd love a mod wife. 3-button mohair suit. Paul Weller haircut. A little t-shirt with a white t-shirt with the target on the back. Big Parker. I'd love that. Love a mod wife.
Old rusting Vespa in a garden.
Don't,
Yeah, yeah.
but she can't ever meet my rocker wife. It will kick off. The thing about my polycule is that one of my wives is a mod and the other one's a rocker, and it's a nightmare because whenever they meet each other, it kicks off.
has anyone ever hosted a podcast with Alexa? That's quite a good idea, isn't it?
With Alexa and Siri.
Yeah.
That's actually
That's
a really good idea for
interesting,
podcast.
yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
have Alexa and Siri as the guests on the
I'd
next
love
podcast?
to take a week off and let you
No, no, no.
do that.
They'd be guests.
Huh?
So
They'd
what?
be guests on it, and you and me would be.
It'd be 5 people?
Yeah, 5 of us.
Two of them
We haven't.
robots.
We've only got 3 mics.
We can
and
split
one of
it.
them's
We can
mine.
split it. Why do we only have? Oh yeah, we have 2 and they have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. No, we can split it. We can split it.
All right.
We can split it so we can split the thing so that Alexa and Siri can each
I've
have
never
a
had a
Take a share
real,
of mine.
I've never had a long conversation with Alexa. I'm a bit scared of Alexa. You know,
I don't talk to Alexa.
I'm scared to engage with Alexa.
Do you say thank you and please?
I'd love to get engaged to Alexa.
The most I've ever said to Alexa is, "Can you put Johnny's on the shopping list?"
That's a wife mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
a
is
wife mod.
Mm.
Yeah. Can you pick the kids up from school? Can you fill out my job centre forms for me?
Yeah.
You on wife hunt now? Is it?
Wife hunt.
What's technically a murder? That's why I asked.
Are you
I-
are you hunting for wife?
Of course, all the time
Nice.
with a sniper rifle.
Dream wife. Tell me, and we'll see if we can Mary Poppins. We'll see if it'll be like Mary Poppins. We'll shove your list up a chimney and see if the perfect wife comes to your door.
Okay, thick.
Imagine
Needs to be incredibly
Imagine this. Imagine if we.
Thick.
Imagine-
Your first.
Needs to be
You and
incredibly
me,
stupid.
you and me are like Mr. and Mrs. Banks, right? You're like you're an officious banker type. I'm a radical, and we leave our children Hugh on their own to write his letter for what he wants for a perfect wife, and then he writes it on a piece of paper and sticks it up the chimney, and then the doorbell rings, and then it's a woman with ginormous tits, the biggest tits you've ever seen,
I think you're mistaken what I said. I meant stupid. I meant incredibly stupid. A lot of people go thick. and then
drooling
they go-
from the mouth,
as they
biggest
joke-
tits you've ever
They
seen.
go with 2 C's. No,
Yeah,
CK, hard K, incredibly stupid.
2 C's at
Yeah,
GCSE.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I'd love to go out with someone thick. I've been going out with people who are,
Too clever.
pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
My wife's too. My wife's cleverer than me.
Yeah.
My wife's too
It's
clever.
good to have clever
Yeah.
wife.
Me,
boys.
she clever, me stupid though. So
No, you're not stupid.
I think-
different.
But,
I think
yeah.
being
big different. She clever, me stupid.
Maybe she's smart in like a practical way.
she
that you're
too
not.
she too clever me. She too clever me.
But can she talk about
Intelligent,
medieval
overrated,
stuff?
stupid, lovely.
Only as stupid as me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want someone with equal stupidity.
Yeah.
Why have you looked over there? Has a cat come in?
No, I'm stupid, man. I'm
Seen
just looking
Ghost.
at-
Seen
Okay.
Ghost.
Seen a ghost.
I'm going to a high-end matchmaker next week.
Really?
Yeah, for this radio show, we've got to meet in a Chelsea restaurant.
What kind of vibe is it? Is it kind of like ghosty? Is it starry? Are they looking at the stars for you, or is it a personality thing?
Oh, it's like they've got a bank of lads and ladies, and they match them up with each other.
Oh, what kind of like high end ladies?
Yeah, high-end, like very high standards.
Like
Basically not for me, but it's going to be fun.
Have you ever seen like a list that ladies put down and you've met that list? Expectations or
Literally never, man.
Yeah, sure.
Not over 6 foot, am I?
oh, you know?
No. I'm
No,
5'11".
you are 6 foot.
Oh, thanks, guys.
No, because I'm 5'11".
I'm 5'11".
Are we the same height?
I can't be
we're
that
fine.
much taller than you though. Surely I can't.
Should we
be.
put the mics
What are
down
you?
and check?
6'1"?
Yeah, let's get-
No.
What do you mean?
What?
No.
What do you mean? We're
I'm
around the
interested
table.
now.
It was part of the podcast.
All right.
Okay, right.
Check.
Well, I'm still holding my mic.
No, put it down.
Not that much smaller.
Yeah, but you're wearing Air Force Ones.
Yeah, but you're wearing thick shoes as well.
Those are the thickest shoes possible.
The soles of our shoes.
I'm not that much smaller. I'm taller than that, and I'm 6'2". And don't do that.
No, but he's just
Don't
holding
worry,
himself
trust
up
me.
straight. That's nice.
Straight. This is me without hunching.
Yeah.
This is me standing up straight.
This is
the point of the podcast where it fades out and then you slowly it fades to the equivalent is to fades to black and then it's the black edit.
No, lad, we're only
No.
27 minutes
Okay,
in.
cool. No,
Look.
yeah, I'm just not at the end of the podcast.
Fucking hell, is it
Everybody
27
stop the
minutes?
podcast.
Jesus.
No,
All right.
Ed. No.
All right, that's good. You're both tall boys.
Would it be illegal to have a drink?
What else is on this list though, apart from 6 foot, that I would hit?
I think you're a good listener.
They
You
don't
don't-
put
you
that-
don't do a
no
lot of
one
fucking
does that.
talking.
No,
on
he's
this
not.
podcast.
He's not. You don't. He's not a good listener. He's not talking, but he's also not listening.
Yeah, I'm also just playing on my phone.
He's in his head and he's playing on his phone.
I'm in my mind palace.
Sunil, what would you say your interests are? Like, let's do a trial on me. Like I'm the matchmaker. I'm saying to you, what are your interests?
History.
No, it's not.
All right. Well,
Don't make up history.
Being in love with Sunil is like being in love with the sea.
yeah.
It's like he's like Calypso from
getting nothing
fucking
back,
Pirates of
man.
the Caribbean.
yeah, really
Yeah.
tall.
You're just projecting.
Mysterious,
You're projecting.
unknowable.
Yeah, your own feelings onto him, and he'll never
much stronger than you.
You'll be able to.
So you're-
That's don't say that on your dating app profile. Much stronger than you. That's crazy.
Because I'm not actually that strong.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
I've got a feeling you could be quite strong if we went to hurt your child.
If
When-
the three of us,
What happened to you getting ripped, by the way?
if the three of us had a
sorry.
brawl right now,
Yeah.
Remember it?
if the three of us had to have a brawl right now,
Yeah.
who wins?
It's not about strength.
Blood.
though,
No, bloodlusted.
Are we allowed-
We all go into a frenzy.
Am I allowed to use the objects in the room, or is it
Yeah,
just-
all of us are though.
So I'm throwing a sweet in the corner. That's for Sunil to distract him.
No,
so I can deal
he
with
won't.
you
He
hand
won't
on
get
hand.
distracted.
It was
He won't get
bloodlust.
distracted
It's
because he's
bloodlust.
bloodlusted. So,
It's
so
all
all three of us
bloodlusted.
want to kill the others.
All our eyes have gone red.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're like the monkey at the start of 28 Days Later. All
Okay.
three of us want to kill each other.
Looking around this room, I wonder what I'd use. I'd probably pick up big monitor and try and smash one of you. Then.
You don't need anything in this room when you got mouth and hands.
Nothing happens exactly. That's
you
what. That's what. You say that on the first date, and you're laughing. Say that.
It's your first. It's the
Yeah.
opening for anything.
Chimpanzee style, you know.
What does Sunil want from me? I want someone who's like a good listener, likes walks on the beach. He just wants mouth and hands. His profile just says mouth.
That's for bloodlust.
I can imagine if I smashed anything over your head, it would just bounce off. like
Well, my head's not
concrete.
that thick, man.
It looks
It's
like
very rounded.
you just.
Do you know what I think would
You
happen?
look-
We'd each immediately throw the microphone at the person to our left, and we'd all die at the same time.
Yeah,
What a way to go. That'd be lovely.
it'd be good to hear. It'd be good to hear the inside of your head for the listener.
It would be great to hear the
crushed
inside of your
the
head.
microphone into your head.
That's not going to work.
That'd be brilliant.
You're telling me I can't have a sweet. Though. How sweets?
You shouldn't have a sweet because we are guests here.
No, this is our
But there's
studio.
There's 4 brown ones.
What
God,
kind?
I've got something I'm desperate to say to you guys, but I absolutely can't say it on the podcast. It's so annoying.
Do you want to say it and then?
No.
edit it
I'll
out?
say it when we go for a fag in
But you
between
always
episodes.
I've noticed whenever I listen back to the podcast,
Yeah.
you always this happens every single time you go. I'm going to talk about this afterwards. We've never ever talked about anything.
This
after.
one we will. I promise.
Okay.
I saw an amazing.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Sorry, man.
Don't worry about that. When you're
Don't worry
yawning,
about
make sure you
check the time on your phone and put the mic right in your mouth when you're
I had
yawning.
a list of things
That's
to talk
crazy.
about. I was looking at my
Oh,
list.
go on. Tell us.
Already done Kingmaker.
Jesus Christ. Second time in 2 episodes. Fuck me.
If June 2's on the list, right, I'm going to shoot myself in the
I'm
head.
going to a VR experience on Sunday.
What's
Okay,
the experience
interesting.
of? What are you experiencing?
Killing zombies and that with a headset on.
Okay.
Um,
Who are you going with?
Just some friends. Don't worry about it.
It pisses me off when you talk about other friends, man. You know me and Hugh are possessive like that.
So tell me about the no. Don't read out the rest of the list. I want to stay on this VR experience.
VR first.
Is the VR just? It's like you're in the headset, right?
Yeah.
And what are you killing them with?
Can I just say so quickly?
Yeah.
He will answer the question, but when I saw him turn his phone around to put it on sleep, he wasn't looking at a list of topics. He was looking at his calendar for the upcoming week. Just to
Yes, because I was looking at
see what
VR
he's
day,
doing.
VR day on
See
Sunday.
what he's
Okay,
doing.
It's VR day in there.
And
I was
then
wondering
we
if
talk
there's
about
anything
that.
else I've done that we
Yeah,
can talk about,
so-
but VR day is coming up.
VR, where is that?
It's in Drury Lane, I think.
It's in Zombieland.
Wow.
Oh, something called Sandbox VR, which I think
Never
is
heard of
around Covent Garden.
And is it one of those where you walk on the floor and the floor's moving under you, so it feels like you're walking?
I think what I was told was like you go in, put the headset on, but you got to bring your own flashlight.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Did you wait? You fucked the zombies. Right, so
Yeah,
one
I
of
thought that would
they're
go- I
in the
thought that would
control
go
rooms.
better.
Sorry, one of them's fucking the zombies. That shouldn't be happening. One of them seduced the zombies. That shouldn't be happening.
I've got a feeling this is what I tell you if I can. So this is how I picture it happen.
Yeah.
You go into the room, all your friends are there.
Yeah.
Right. They say, "Who wants to go first?" Sunil says, "I'd like to go first, please."
Yeah.
Right. Well, no, you say, "I don't want to go first." They go, "I think you deserve to go first." You put the headset on. You say, "I can't." Is it on? I can't really see anything. You hear the sound of a gun cock. You feel the cold barrel of a gun on the back of your head.
Right.
How do you feel in that
You
moment?
execute.
You're
executed.
I feel like kind of scared, but also quite safe because
Yeah.
it should be
And then-
virtual reality.
Then you say it feels like there's a gun on the back of the head. They say that's all part of the experience. That's what it's like to be in a zombie VR experience.
Man, that would be so. You are the zombie.
fucked,
Yeah.
man. If you can feel
But
cold
then it's
on
you're
your neck.
and then they go, "You're the zombie of our social
If
social circle."
If stuff is touching me in there, I'm running out.
Hmm.
Okay, well you've scared me.
I went on Darren Brown's Ghost Train. That was very scary.
I went on that.
You've been on that as well.
Yeah, at Thorpe Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
The experiences are horrible.
Yeah, it's
I went
not
with
nice, man.
Olga,
Gordon Ramsay's Ghost Train.
Gordon Ramsay's
Darren
Ghost.
Darren Brown.
Brown.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was
Uncle Roger comes to the roof. He goes, "The rice is terribly made. This rice is no good."
Well, fuck, how was...
Gordon Brown goes, "It's raw. These zombies are raw. They're eating raw flesh."
I want to hear more about the VR experience.
Well, I think there's a few choices. There's zombies, or there's like fucking one of the actual like Dungeons and Dragons type quests.
Oh, awesome!
So zombies have been vetoed because they'd be too scary.
Right.
So it's going to be a sort of like Dungeons
Well,
and
good,
Dragons style thing.
good luck looking at a dragon without being scared.
No, you're right, man.
Yeah.
I
That
think
is scary.
I don't.
Or a
what would you-
dungeon.
what-
Also, zombies are in D&D.
zombies,
guess anything's in D&D,
notoriously
isn't it?
slow,
D&D is very-
predictable.
No, Bitcoin's not in
Dragon.
D&D.
You can say it though. If you're in it, you'd be like, pay him a Bitcoin, and he'll be like, I don't
No,
know.
I'm
what
not
that is.
doing that. I'm not doing that.
I don't.
Alright,
I don't want to do that.
We'll do
I-
You can't make me.
All right, you don't have to.
We should do a D&D campaign as a bonus series on this podcast.
There's lots
Who's
of
our
ideas
games
we should
master?
have.
Dungeon master.
Who
Someone's
should we
gotta
get to
make
be
up
the
an
DM?
adventure.
I'll be the DM.
I think
but
we
Ray.
should let
Ray.
Jesus choose.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Ben would
from
do
upstairs.
it. We
Nah,
could
he's
get
not gonna do
Ben
it.
to do it.
Ben's
We
busy
should
boy.
We should pretend that he's our producer and call him Producer Ben, because that's worked for Off Menu and they're famous.
Well, in the studio, there's a glass.
Give me the sweet. I'm going to throw it at Producer Ben's head.
No, the sweet's getting thrown in my mouth. He did look over when you said that.
Yeah,
Ben, can you hear us, Ben?
You have to shout.
You're
like-
on the podcast. You're Producer Ben for our podcast.
Yeah.
Nice. Brilliant.
He's behind some glass.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant.
pretty busy.
Yeah, it's a bit. We have this. It feels a bit like we're Hannibal Lecter in the jail cell, and we're just spitting at the glass at him, and he will let us out.
trying to pick our way out of the podcast
Yeah.
with a paperclip, trying to escape it.
Yeah. We're all going to be sharing Ben's face between us to escape.
I'd love that.
I can't believe that. Do you think he was planning that? Hannibal
Hannibal.
Lecter. He went. I think to escape from here, I'm going to be wearing that man's face. Or was that something that he just came up with in the moment? That
Nah,
was
he
like
planned
just
that. He's always 1 or 2 steps ahead.
because he's a cannibal, right? So he likes to eat, but
Yeah,
that's not,
which is
that's
crazy.
Not,
But it's for a
Crazy
laugh.
that
When
that's
he's
his
eating-
name.
yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if
It's something like Robert Harris was a lazy writer.
yeah, it's like Hannibal being and his crime being a cannibal. It's like if Jack the Ripper's name was like Jurderer.
yeah.
Jurderer the murderer.
Jurderer
Yeah.
the murderer.
Yeah, Tom Binns' name is Sneedophile. His name is Sniled Sexual Materials on Your Snarl Drive.
Yeah, for sure.
For listeners who don't know, Tom
Ed,
Binns
you
is-
cannot call that the title of the episode.
It's
Just
not
saying
going to
that.
be. Don't worry. Don't
I saw
worry.
there's a little glint in your eye.
I've gotten better at titling the episode so that people don't know that we're saying stuff like that in it.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
This episode will be called something like Sunil's Interesting Weekend Experience.
Yeah.
which is yet to happen.
Which is yet to happen, and then in the episode will be us coughing and naming paedophiles and robots from Robot Wars.
Sunil.
Yes,
so
yeah.
this VR experience, it's not zombies. You're meeting a dragon, I guess.
Maybe. Who knows? In these experiences, you never really know who's going to turn up.
I think you're better for the zombies. Dragon
Well-
for me is
Yeah.
well, the one in the Hobbit, he can have a chat, and it's Cumberbatch.
Well, that dragon in the fucking mines.
Yeah, he can have a chat.
He can't. He's
he can,
terrifying.
no, he can have a chat.
Does he talk?
Yeah,
What does he say?
he says what's up. He says can I?
He says, "What's
he
up?"
He says who's taking my vape to Bilbo. he says someone's taking my fucking vape. He's furious.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh
hell,
my God,
man.
you were sick there.
No, it was my
Jesus
throat.
Christ.
It was like swelled up again.
You weren't like
I'm
this.
allergic
I was
to...
with you for 20 minutes before this started, and none of this was happening.
No, I
What's
know.
happened?
Do you know what it is? I figured it out. It's whenever I put earphones or headphones on.
What, the pressure gets you like you're on
But
a
you can
plane?
hear
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you'll suddenly say,
Whenever I put AirPods in, I start coughing. I'm not joking. And now
Right.
these headphones are gone on. That's
think
when I
we-
started coughing.
It's like you're allergic to technology. You're allergic to the future.
Allergic to technology. You need one of those like silver blankets to keep the electromagnetic rays off me and that.
You need to be put in a Faraday cage.
That's it.
We put
Turn the lights off.
we had a fucking nightmare at Night with the Stars last night because the producer basically we wanted to keep Dan Tiernan locked in a dog cage for the entire show on stage, and we managed to achieve it. But the dog cage was obviously massive because it had to fit a human inside, and the people that ran the venue said to the producer bought it, had it delivered to the venue, and then the people that worked at the venue were really snippy with us and were like, "You're taking that fucking dog cage home." And we were like, it's a dog cage that's bigger than all of us. How are we going to take it back to Peckham? They were like, I don't care. So we had to find out.
Is it because they?
Oh,
why,
yeah,
why do you think that would be? Were they unhappy with the way you were treating?
What are you on about?
Dan
Obviously,
Tiernan?
I'm absolutely on their side. You can't just bring stuff into someone's venue and leave it there.
But we didn't bring the stuff.
Oh, who did?
The producer of the show that has a long-standing
Oh, yeah,
relationship
they've
with
got
them.
to- They've got to take it back.
Yeah,
They shouldn't have had a go at you.
shouldn't have had a go.
I
at
think
us.
you should have taken that cage apart and taken a piece home, like when they destroyed Wembley. You know.
Oh, that's a good idea. The Berlin Wall, like the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you won't be able to use it again then.
By the way, audience, precious audience, when we're trying to do this transition to a bonus episode every week, let us know if you would like us to do a bi-weekly TTRPG like Dungeons and Dragons, an easily repeatable format that we have to do zero
As a
preparation
replacement for the other bonus work that we do.
Well, no, so
Not
it'd
in
be
addition.
like main bonus
No.
every other week,
No.
chat bonus, and then every other
I'm not
week in
doing-
between
I'm
would
not
be
doing
D&D.
6 bonuses a month.
No. This is
As
four,
part of it.
4 bonuses. So we do a bonus every 2 weeks at the
I
moment.
have no idea what we do at the moment.
So at the moment we do a bonus every 2 weeks,
That's nice.
and then we've said that when we get to 200 patrons, we'll do one every week.
I might
And then
row back on that.
the ones in the middle, the new ones, The new ones can be D&D that we don't have to prep for. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
So two chat and 2 D&D a month.
Yeah, we'd record that in 2
What do you think? Would you like to hear that from us, audience? Go on the Patreon and let us
Who's
know.
going to say no?
Well, if you don't like it, I don't fucking
That's a good
care.
idea.
I don't care because we don't listen to you unless you're a paying patron, or you come up to us in the street and
What
prove
lovely
you're
way to
listening
talk to our
the podcast.
listenership.
I don't care. Fuck them. Fuck them.
No, Ed, no. What do you mean, fuck them? What are you talking about?
If they're not patrons, I don't care. I'm
No,
not friends with them. Hugh, I'm not friends with them if they're not on the Patreon.
This is a terrible. What? You can't put this on.
You said you wanted a stupid wife and to shoot Sunil in the back of the head.
Yeah,
That's normal fun.
That's normal.
That's disrespectful.
That's
He was
something that-
warning me
you're-
about the shooting in the back of the head.
Yeah.
But he did say he wanted a thick wife.
That's
No.
you said you wanted to run
don't-
over
you don't-
protesters
you don't
in your
have to
Honda
join the- You don't have
Jazz.
to join the Patreon if you don't want to.
You said you wanted to-
We only want people who want to join the Patreon.
You said you wanted to kill protesters with Sergeant Bash.
No, I said I wanted to dispose of them humanely. I said, it's different from destroying them. I don't want. I want.
Where
them-
would you release them, though?
What?
Where would you release them if you caught them?
Valley.
Valley.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd do?
New life in Valley.
I've got a way that you can get rid of them on the front of the car. You attach Lucy Letby to the front of the car
No.
and put make her wear glasses that makes everyone look like a baby.
Absolutely not. That's crazy talk. That's absolutely crazy talk.
She'll deal with anything that comes in the way,
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. I
Obviously
cannot
that's staying
believe
in
it.
that is
I
staying
can't
in.
believe that can happen, but I can't have a sweet.
I was just...
He's grumpy. He's just grumpy because he's not allowed to have a sweet.
You're not having a sweet.
Look, Hugh, here's a promise for you. See those eggs?
Sorry. he means chocolate eggs.
You're allowed
It's
to
a
have.
pretty wacky studio.
You're allowed to have 2 of them when we finish and go for a cigarette.
Oh, there's loads of them.
All right.
All right, so we
But
editing out...
I kind of want because these got insides to.
Well, let's have a short break in between the 2 episodes,
There's
and you can have
inside.
one.
Can we discuss editing out the 9/11 and Lucy Letby stuff?
Do you not want that in?
No, let's have a discussion about
Do you
it.
want me to keep in the discussion about editing it out? Because I thought my joke about 9/11 was quite good.
It was good. I'm just saying part of the charm of this podcast is how
Yeah.
many times we mention stuff that we shouldn't be talking about.
So you think we should keep it in?
As a discussion, yeah. We should have a discussion about it.
No,
and then
speak-
keep it in.
We should talk about it and then keep the original stuff in.
Do you want to keep it in?
I think the joke about Hughes having the 2 towers in the background of his sitcom that he had to Photoshop out was good.
That's good, yeah.
I think the attaching Lucy Letby to a front
like
of a
the baby
car
glasses touch,
wearing
that was fun.
Yeah, because that makes it
Yeah.
less. That makes it more absurd and less.
Oh, I'm saying I'm not disputing that it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm just
I can. There's so many times of the day when we're doing this that I flash forward to Newsnight, and all 3 of us are
Yeah.
in black turtlenecks, and then
Yeah.
there's a big picture of Lucy Letby up on the thing.
If what
With
will
a-
happen is Mateless and all the BBC producers will turn up at my door to catch me for Newsnight, and I'll be covered in grease and butter like Bronson, and they'll have to wrestle me to the ground like prison screws and drag me on Newsnight, slippery on Newsnight, talking about Lucy Letby.
Still
got-
covered in. I mean, Ed, we should talk about it now that you are currently covered in fake blood.
I'm covered in fake blood.
It's frightening.
So last night for the end of the show climaxed with me. So I was playing Dr. Frankenstein, and Dan Tiernan was playing my monster, and he ends the show by doing a stand-up set where he says that he was made in a lab in Wuhan, and then when he says that, I tase him, drag him backstage, and shoot him in the back of the head, and then I come back on, and I've covered, when you hear the gunshot sound effect, and I come back on and my hands and face are covered in this fake costume blood that we bought, but as soon as I put it on, it like covered my whole body and face and like top and hands in it. It was like it started stinging and itching really bad, and it wouldn't wash off, and someone was in the toilet, so I had to scrub as much of it off my hands and face as I could with the rough side of a sponge and some fairy liquid in the kitchen sink.
I will say I couldn't imagine any person worse for that to happen to
Than me.
than you. Yeah, I've had someone because you just love being clean.
I love
you
being
love
clean.
being clean so
Yeah,
much.
you love
Like
washing hands.
I could probably, I'd probably gig about 3 weeks with fake blood on my face. I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
love being clean, and it really sort of. It was kind of freeing, though. You know, it's good for like emotion therapy
Yeah.
for OCD to be walking around
That's an
covered in
interesting
fake
way of
blood,
putting it. Maybe we should just cover you in a number of different
itching and stinging
things,
and
itching,
dirty.
itch and sting your face and hands and body.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
maybe you'll get
bees, bees and nettles, maybe.
you'll become more tolerable. Yeah.
How much of this therapy do you need before like you're
Cured.
normalized? Yeah.
I'm normal. Don't know. If you've got any suggestions for things I can rub on my face,
No,
audience,
don't-
then
don't.
okay.
Because you know what they're going to say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Honey, this type of season, if you rub honey in your face.
This type of season.
Yeah, some lads
Yeah.
will come. Some lads will come visit.
A group of seasons, an example of which is summer.
Yeah.
Okay. You two are bouncing on your chairs, so you're clearly bored.
No,
And
no,
the-
no,
eh,
I'm comfortable
bouncing in rhythm to Hugh.
Let's do end of the episode and then do a new one.
Bloody hell.
Thanks for listening, audience.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Thanks for
Bloody
listening,
hell.
audience, and God bless you.
Let us know about this new studio space, and also we're in a
And
new
the
seating
sound.
position too.
This is
Yeah.
nice.
So we are facing each other. We
Yeah,
are like
this helps actually. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Arthur, Lancelot, Guinevere.
Let's do before we end the episode. Let's go around in a circle and name Knights of the Round Table until we can't anymore.
Okay.
You
I've
go
done
first.
Arthur,
Gawain.
Percival.
Lancelot.
Bors from King Arthur the film.
Uh-huh.
Ray Winston.
Yeah.
Wait, were they?
Huh?
Wait. I don't think.
10 seconds.
Okay.
9, 8,
I think that's it.
7.
Galahad.
Nice.
Fuck, he got it.
I'm gonna say Tristan from Tristan and Isolde because Tristan was put. I think Tristan was one of the Knights of the Round Table put in the Arthurian cycle.
Is that right?
Yeah, go on.
Merlin.
No, he was a wizard, lad. He wasn't.
Yeah,
a
but he
knight.
was allowed in on the round.
He was
table.
he was a lizard.
He was allowed.
You're out.
he was
You're
allowed
out of
to be
here.
there. I must be able to name one more. I don't think I can name anymore.
Bedivere.
Bedivere. Okay.
Come on.
Why don't they? I watched the Clive Owen film recently where he plays King Arthur.
Is that the new one?
By new, it's old. Yeah, it's
Guy
2000
Ritchie, Guy Ritchie one.
No,
Is
2005.
Tristan one of the Knights of the Round Table? That's British heritage. This podcast episode, naming Robot Wars robots and naming Knights of the Round Table.
He's played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Sergeant Bash.
Mads Mikkelsen in that movie. It's quite a bad take on.
Mads
on
Mikkelsen's
Wolverine.
playing what? Sergeant Bash.
He's playing Sergeant Bash.
Yeah.
He plays Tristan in the King Arthur film.
It is it is kind of weird how difficult the Matter of Britain stuff is to get right on film.
No one has ever got King Arthur right in a big Hollywood film, which is crazy because it's like it's already done for you.
Yeah.
Like
Merlin was pretty good for kids, but I really liked The Green Knight as well, even though it's weird and sort of.
yeah, it's quite weird. I watched that recently actually.
But I like The Green Knight. It's hard to get right, you know. It's kind of like, and it's not in vogue at the minute. Sort of like sincere adaptations of like historical stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really in.
Yeah, and you can't do it for TV because Game of Thrones is on.
Yeah,
I think they should all have
Makes
different
sense.
weapons. One of them should have a sword.
one's
One
an
of them-
axe.
One should have an axe.
One's got a bow.
One's got a bow.
One's got the Horn of Gondor. One's got
Yeah.
It's got a
Sting.
fucking tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's got a
One's
tank.
got a really hot little skinny little body with a loincloth.
One drives a
Yeah,
B-50.
yeah.
One drives a B-52 bomber.
Quad
One's
bikes.
one's in
Yeah.
airplane Top Gun.
That would be a good series, right? So the Knights of the Round Table get resurrected and join the paratroopers in World War II or something.
They wouldn't
Oh,
last a
yeah.
fucking minute, would they?
They won. That's it. Episode 1, their plane explodes over
die.
It'd be like
Normandy.
that game where you're shooting them down the knights.
Yeah,
just-
it's Kingmaker, yeah.
Your Kingmaker, mention it again.
Right, shout out Kingmaker. Good.
Shout out.
Full circle.
Shout out Kingmaker.
Join the Patreon. Bye bye. Patreon.com/.
God bless you.
Bye 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 bye.